Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Indianapolis Colts versus Buffalo Bills Week 14 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation between different variables. However, there's always going to be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you are new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So, starting out with this matchup between the Indianapolis Colts versus the Buffalo Bills. When you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially is looking at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and of course how the special teams is doing from a macro standpoint. Just giving you a general sense of how all those units are performing as a whole. And when you look at the basic comparison data, the Bills are favored in this game. Now, it is important to note that the Bills are on somewhat of a downward spiral this year. They had a fairly strong start to the season and then just kind of faded out as the season went on. And then, of course, they made the quarterback change, which kind of made things worse. But overall, though, again, the overall data does favor the Bills. So let's get into some reasons why. So first off, the Bills are favored in terms of turnover ratio on offense. They don't turn the football over as much as the Colts. They're fairly even in that regard, but definitely the Bills are better overall in terms of that aspect. Sack percentage, or basically sack allow, like how many sacks they allow, is also more so with the Bills and the Colts, who have had a lot of issues in terms of sacks. Then, of course, you look at offensive score percentage, which is a very, very big number. I mean, offensive score percentage and defensive score percentage, both those numbers are by far the biggest things to kind of pay attention to when you look at offense and defense for the most part. Individually. And when it comes to offensive score percentage, Bills are favored there, which just means that they score more points than the Colts do per drive. On top of that, you look at defensive offensive score percentage, where the Bills are favored there as well. Turnover ratio, where the Bills are favored, and of course interception ratio, which is also where the Bills are favored. The only area where the Colts actually have a little bit more success is sack percentage. They're a little bit better at sacking the quarterback than the Bills are, but not the biggest margin between both those teams in that particular area. Then when you get to special teams data, so looking at punt return yardage, for example, the Bills are favored there. Kick return yardage, the Colts are favored. Defensive punt return yardage, the Bills are favored. Defensive kick return yardage, the Colts are favored. Regular old field goal percentage is favored the Colts as well. Extra point percentage favors the Bills. And, of course, punting average favors the Bills as well. But when you look at the overall data, the big things to pay attention to, of course, with special teams is field goal percentage. That's by far one of the biggest data points to pay attention to out of all these data points, and that more so goes with the Colts. But overall impressions of this game, when you look at the basic data, the Bills have the better offense, the Bills have the better defense, and the Colts have the better special teams. So the overall data favors the Bills in this matchup because of that sort of issue, if you will, in terms of the particular data points. And then, of course, we get to some micro matchups. So micro matchups essentially deal with down and distance data, the situational football aspect of things. When you look at completion percentage data, for example, between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts, the Colts are favored on first and second down in that respect. So those are going to be the two downs where I think the Colts will have the most success. But you do see third down as an option to where the Bills might have success in that particular down and distance. So that's the main down to kind of pay attention to because of where the Bills have had success in the past. Then we get to the Colts offense versus the Bills defense, where the Colts are favored on first and third down. So I think the Bills defense, for whatever reason, has taken a step back. They're still good on third down. Well, not third down, but there's certain downs where they are a little bit better than what you would expect, but still kind of unevenness, if you will. However, again, I think the overall data does favor the Bills here, so I kind of side with that a bit. Then, of course, you get to rushing down. So this is first down conversion rate with the run and various downs and distances. This does not have anything to do with yardage or explosive plays. It just has to do with the ability to pick up first downs with the run and various downs and distances. And in this area, the Colts are favored on first and second down. So I think the Colts probably will have success stifling the run a bit in this game. But third down seems to be the money down for the Bills in that respect. So this might be a game where the Bills don't have a lot of success running the football on first and second down, and then they might have big plays or sort of intermediate kind of success on that third down situation. Then, of course, you get to the Colts offense versus the Bills defense when it comes to rushing downs. And in this area, the Colts are favored on first, second, and third down when it comes to those three particular areas. Then we get to passing downs. And this is the Bills offense versus Colts defense in terms of passing downs. And in this area, the Bills are favored on first and third down. Then we get to the Colts offense versus the Bills defense when it comes to passing downs. And in this area, the Bills are favored on second and third down. So again, the Bills are going to have success. They're going to have some areas where they're going to continue to have some good things happen for them when it comes to their passing D. And also because the Colts passing offense is not that amazing, as you can see. And then, of course, you get to sack rate between the Bills offense and the Colts defense, where the Bills are favored on second and third down. Big down and distance to watch, of course, is first down. Then you get to sack rate between the Colts offense and the Bills defense. In this particular area, the Bills are favored on first and second down, with third down being the main, honestly, the main down and distance to watch is not really third down, but second down. The Colts have the worst second down sack rate in the NFL, and the Bills do their best to get sacks on second down. So that's going to be a kind of a cool sort of matchup to watch and follow because of that disparity there. Then, of course, you get to interception ratio between the Bills offense and the Colts defense. This is an area where I think it's even. When you look at first down situations, the Colts are favored there by a certain extent. And, of course, the Bills favored on third down when it comes to that particular area. And of course, second down is kind of even across the board. So I actually would say this is kind of more of an even matchup here between both these teams. Again, the Bills don't really turn the football over that much. So definitely kind of area to kind of think about there. And then finally, you get to the Colts offense versus the Bills defense, where the Bills are favored on first, second, and third down based on all the other sort of data and parameters and all the other kind of stuff. So overall, general impressions of this game, I think it's going to be a Bills victory. I think the Bills have a better offense. I think they have some slightly better things on defense, of course. And I just think when you look at the micro matchups as well, I just think there's a lot of areas where the Bills can kind of exploit things and get some success and do things from that perspective. But another thing that might throw this off, of course, is the quarterback decision to change. That might be a big factor in this game. But both of these teams are not that great. The Colts are not an amazing football team. The Bills are not an amazing football team either up to this point. They've regressed a lot. They were actually kind of average, and then they kind of regressed to being below average up to this point. But definitely a thing to consider is that, again, both these teams are not that great. Either one of these teams can end up winning this game. It's just that the Bills are favored a little bit more because of all those different aspects that I discussed in this video. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button to be reminded whenever I post a new video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.